kind of like, depending on how much daylight we have. And yeah, feel free to take it with whatever.
Duct tape holding?
After the umpire's instructions, we will do the national anthem.
Power up, log on, and tune in. We are live at St. Cloud Orthopedics Field in Minnesota for a matchup between the visiting tonight Sartell Stone Poneys and tonight's home team, the Sartell Muskies, and you're watching it all on fox9.com. Power up your screen device, log on to fox9.com, and tune in to watch the Minnesota Town Ball Baseball. Welcome to Fox 9's Town Ball Tour this evening. My name is Phil McLaughlin. Behind the camera tonight is Curtis Jellin, and we are being produced tonight by Mr. Greg Wilford. Tonight is the Sartell Showdown between the Stone Poneys and Muskies. This is a rematch of a ball game earlier this season on May 2nd, just a couple months ago. The Muskies beat the Stone Poneys 4-0. That will be the 19th win in 20 tries as the Muskies have faced off against the Stone Poneys here in Sartell, Minnesota. And this is a Class C town ball level baseball game tonight, coming to you also from the Sauk Valley League. The Sartell Stone Poneys, head coached by Jeff Amon, are 10-10 on the season. They are 6-6 at home and 4-4 on the road. They did beat the Metro Knights in the consolation game of the Farming Invitational just a couple weeks ago on Father's Day weekend, actually on Father's Day. And they face off against the hometown Sartell Muskies, head coached by Randy Beckstrom. The Muskies are a perfect 20-0 on the season. They are 10-0 at home and 10-0 on the road. And they've only allowed 28 runs in 20 games overall.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we will now join the public address announcer here at the St. Cloud Orthopedics Field.
Fox 9's Town Ball Tour is presented by JTR Roofing.
Fox9.com.
Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And we will stay with the public address announcer here at St. Cloud Orthopedics Field for the starting lineups for both Sartell baseball clubs. And this is part of the Town Ball Tour. This is stop number 5 of the tour this year here this summer, where Fox 9 has gone out to different locations and done their news programs, and then we've had a baseball game after that. They were expecting about 1,000 fans tonight in the stands here. Last week we were out at St. Patrick, so there's about 1,500 fans.
Please return them to the concession stand. You get a treat. Plus the third inning tonight. All foul balls returned in the third inning.
And the announcement's just been made that there will be a treat for foul balls returned during the third inning. We're about to have the ceremonial first pitch. A bit high. We'll say that hit the top of the letters there for a strike. As we get ready here for starting lineups of both Sartell clubs. This is Town Ball Baseball, brought to you by Fox9.com. And there are 2 Sartell baseball teams here as part of the Town Ball League. This is Class C. As the Muskies take the field, I guess we're not going to do starting lineups here. As we're getting ready here for first pitch, we are a little bit early, as the start time for tonight's ball game is 7 p.m. Towing the rubber tonight for the Muskies is David Dominski. David comes in on the season a perfect 4-0. He has 50 strikeouts on the season and only 3 walks. He has pitched in 30 plus innings and has that unblemished record. He is facing tonight Chase Haying, and Chase Haying is 0-1. He's pitched in 7 2/3 innings with an ERA of 1.17. And Chase Haying has 13 strikeouts on the season and only 3 walks.
Second baseman number 9, Andrew Dieters.
As I stated earlier, the Muskies, the hometown team here, have only given up 28 runs on the season.
Around the outfield, left to right. Left fielder is number 22, Chase Otto. The center
and here are the more of the starting lineups here without the players running out.
Adam Schellinger. Batting for the pitcher, Dominski. Designated hitter number 40, Jake Sweeter.
So for the Sartell Stone Poneys, leading things off will be number 11, Will Krantz, who is also catching.
Wednesday, touring the state.
Batting second, number 26, Teddy Fleming, playing shortstop. Batting third, number 1, Josh Schaefer, playing center field. The cleanup batter tonight, number 33, Sean Lindsay. He is also the DH this evening. Followed by that is number 13, Stephen Brinkerhoff, playing right field. Number 6, Calen Lewis, playing third base. Number 14, Gavin Schulte. Number 17, Jeff Amon, and number 23, Zach Overbo round out the bottom of the lineup here for the visiting Stone Poneys. As we get ready here for first pitch. The Stone Poneys uniform colors this evening, they're wearing black pants and black jerseys. The jerseys do have gold numbers and letters, and they're wearing black hats. The hometown Muskies will be featuring white pants with a jersey with a big white stripe across the middle, and the Muskies in white, green, and blue, and they'll be wearing the navy blue caps this evening. Temperature at game time is a steamy 83 degrees here in St. Cloud, Minnesota, on a beautiful night for baseball. This is stop number 5 of the Town Ball Tour, and every single night tries to outdo the week before with the beautiful weather. Beautiful night for baseball. As you see, the sun will be setting over the first base dugout as play continues throughout the evening, and the lights are already turned on. Last week when we were in St. Patrick, we had to get the game in before the sun went down, as they do not have lights on their field yet. They have a campaign started to raise money for lights, but tonight we're in the beautiful St. Cloud Orthopedics field here in St. Cloud. As you can see on the scoreboard there in the power alley in left field. And we will have 9 innings of baseball tonight, weather permitting, and I do not see hardly any clouds in the sky, just a couple of white puffs. This is technically a home game for the Muskies, although both teams play their home games in this stadium. And I believe we're just waiting on 7 p.m. as we get ready here for Will Krantz to lead things off here. Number 11, Will Krantz, batting .250 on the season. And he does lead the team with 16 stolen bases. And he will step in the right-handed batter's box as our home plate umpire says play ball, and we are ready for first pitch.
The Stone Poneys, top of the first inning, the catcher, number 11, Willie Kranz.
And we thank you for tuning in here live, on whichever screen device you are watching us, as Dominski starts off with a ball for the first pitch. No balls, 1 ball and no strikes. The windup and the delivery from the left-hander, and that's fouled back off of the screen here. We've got a nice netting around home plate, and the count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 offering swung on and missed for strike 2. We'd like to welcome you here to the Town Ball Tour, as Fox 9 is going throughout the state, featuring beautiful ballparks and great baseball all season long. And that pitch is grounded over to the shortstop. Schellinger is up with it over to first in time for out number 1. It'll be 6-3 if you're scoring at home, and I hope you are. And there is quickly 1 down. Coming up to bat now is Teddy Fleming. Fleming is hitting .299 on the season.
Teddy Fleming.
He leads the team in hits with 20 and does have 1 home run on the season. As number 26 takes the practice swing, and we'll get in the right-handed batter's box. Dig in some good footing here. And Dominski from the windup and the pitch. That ball is fouled back into the crowd here behind home plate. As we take a look here behind us, there are quite a bit of fans here with lawn chairs. There's a couple of picnic tables, and you can hear the crowd in front of us. It's a full house tonight here, folks. We are glad that you're tuning in. If you have nothing else to do, come on down to the ballpark here. Swung on and missed for strike 2, and the count goes quickly to no balls and 2 strikes. So record the game if you can on your device and come on down to the ballpark here. I think they're still taking tickets. The concession booth is open. And the 0-2 swung on, and that was fouled back, and it bounces off the netting right back to the catcher, Parch. As Parch will toss to Dominski. And we'll do the 0-2 count all over again. Remember, if you come down to the ballpark, the foul balls need to be returned and kept in play. And if they're taken to the concession booth during the 3rd inning, there will be some sort of prize. And the 0-2 to Teddy Fleming. And the off-speed pitch got him, swung on and missed for strike 3. As Dominski has his first strikeout of the evening. And they're quickly 2 away now in the top half of inning number 1.
Batting 3rd, center fielder number 1, Josh Schaefer.
Josh Schaefer batting .275 on the season and playing center field will step in again, a right-hander facing the left-handed Dominski. And the first offering does catch the outside corner for strike one. A couple of audible sighs here in the crowd. It is a strictly Sartell crowd tonight, I can guarantee you that. As that pitch goes a little bit low for ball one, 1-1 now, to the number 3 batter in the order. So the Sartell Muskies are an older team. They've been more established, have had more seasons, but the city of Sartell wanted to have another town ball team, and thus the Stone Poneys were birthed. That pitch is inside for ball 2, 2-1. So the Stone Poneys trying to build their roster. They do have a lot of youth this year. Several high school ball players are on the team. Actually, on both teams, there will be some varsity ball players that you might recognize if you are fans of the high schools here in the Sartell and St. Cloud areas. Good opportunity here to play some baseball with the wooden bats and get some cuts in here during the summertime after the school season is over, as well as the older guys here that have gone on, played ball in high school, college, some minor league baseball. Dominski, the former pitcher in the Twins organization, speaking of minor league baseball. And so some quality pitching in the town ball league as well, as the count is now 2-2 to Schaefer. And the pitch. Foul tipped and hung on to by Parch for strike 3. And with 3 down, we'll be right back here on fox9.com. And we're back here live in St. Cloud, Minnesota, or actually in Sartell, Minnesota, at the St. Cloud Orthopedics Field. As we go to the bottom half of inning number 2, it was a quick top half of the inning. Ground ball and 2 strikeouts as the Stone Poneys went down in order 1, 2, 3. Now coming up to bat will be the hometown Muskies. Leading off will be Andrew Dieters playing second base and wearing number 9. On deck is number 1 Ethan Carlson playing center field, and in the hole number 3 Tim Burns playing first base. Again, we'd like to thank Fox 9 and fox9.com for making this possible, as we are here on the 5th stop on the tour. The Fox 9 News is here all evening, doing different stories and bringing you this baseball game here live on fox9.com, as well as on the YouTube channel. Andrew Dieters will step into the left-handed batter's box, wearing number 9.
The Muskies, their bottom of the first inning. Second baseman, number 9, Andrew Dieters.
Dieters hitting .326 on the season. And he will face the right-handed Chase Haying. Again, Chase is 0-1 on the season with a 1.17 ERA, 13 strikeouts and 3 walks in 7 2/3 innings of work. And as the count climbs to 2 balls and no strikes to the leadoff batter, and the pitch. And that misses just off the outside corner, 3-0. So we'll look to see here if Dieters has the take sign as the leadoff batter trying to get on base early on here, bottom half of inning number 1. And he squares around a bunt, pulls back, and that pitch does cross the outside corner. Just trying to get in the way of the strike zone there with the bat. Hoping to draw ball 4, and the pitch that does draw ball 4. And so Dieters will take first base on a 5-pitch walk.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 1, Ethan Carlson.
And they'll bring Ethan Carlson to the plate. Ethan Carlson batting .406 on the season. He's Mr. Offense here for the Muskies, leading the team in hits with 28, leading the team in runs with 21, and does have some wheels out there, leading the team in stolen bases with 12. As Haying goes into the stretch and the pitch, and that off-speed pitch does cross over for strike number 1. As Ethan Carlson takes a look down there at the third base coach. The 0-1 pitch with a runner on from Haying. And that does cross over the knees there for strike number 2. So Haying battling here with a runner on. Gets the count to no balls and 2 strikes. On deck will be Tim Burns. He with 3 home runs on this season and 15 RBIs, leading the team in both categories. As Haying steps off the rubber and gives a look over there to first base. Dieters goes back safely. Another look to first. And he comes home with it. And that ball bounces. Nice stop there by the catcher, Krantz. He'll keep his body in front of the ball and keep the runner Dieters over at first base. Again, a beautiful night here for Town Ball Baseball, part of the Town Ball Tour. In the low 80s with the sun shining and the pitch. And that misses outside. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's the Muskies versus the Stone Poneys here for all the bragging rights in the town of the town of Sartell, suburb of St. Cloud. The 2-2, and the runner takes off for second. Throw is in the dirt, and a stolen base for Andrew Dieters. As Dieters makes it safely. Krantz's throw did skip off the grass a couple times. As that was a ball, and the count will go to 3 balls and 2 strikes now to the number 2 batter, Ethan Carlson. Now there is a runner in scoring position with Dieters at second. And the full count pitch does hit him on the backside as Carlson will walk down to first base. Does not rub it, so that hit by a pitch will result in 2 runners on. Coming up to bat now in the right-handed batter's box is number 3, Tim Burns.
Batting third, playing first base, number 3, Tim Burns.
Again, Burns hitting .408 on the season with the highest batting average, leading the team in home runs and RBI. So some good power here from the number 3 batter. And that ball is drilled but fouled on the third baseline. The count will go to no balls and 1 strike. Burns just a little bit ahead of the pitch there from Haying. No outs. Early going here, bottom half of inning number 1 from Sartell, Minnesota. Chase Haying pitching from the stretch. And the right-hander rocks and fires. That ball will skip into the catcher for ball 1. Another nice block there by Krantz, playing catcher this afternoon or this evening. The 1-1 offering here with 2 runners on from Chase Haying. And the pitch. Right down the middle for strike 2. As there are fans still piling into St. Cloud Orthopedics Field here. We've got some fun things going around behind us. Earlier tonight, before the ball game, there was a kids camp put on by both Sartell teams. As the outfield is full of little leaguers. And that pitch is in the dirt. Another nice stop by the catcher. And the count will be even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So all the Sartell youth that wanted to be a part of the baseball camp, I believe that started about 5:15 this evening. 5:15 till 6:15 out in left, center, and right field. The 2-2 now from Haying. That is grounded over to short to second. In time, over to first. Not in time. So a nice play over there by the shortstop. As he tosses over to Fleming at second. Fleming is a little tardy on the relay throw, but they do get the one out.
For the pitcher, Dominski. Number 40, Jake Sweeter.
And that will bring the cleanup header, Jake Sweeter, to the plate. So in the lineup here, it goes Jake, and then Jace, and then Jack. The Triple J threat here from the Huskies with one down now in the bottom half of inning number 1. And the first offering to the cleanup hitter is low for a ball. Sweeter hitting .316 coming into today's action. He takes a look down at third base. Runners on the corners with one down. And the 1-0. And that again bounces in front of the catcher. Another nice stop by Krantz. Again, I always say that to play catcher, playing catcher and playing goalie in hockey have a lot of transferable skills. You've got to keep everything in front of you, block everything, get your body in front, both in the crease and in between the two batters box here behind home plate. Nice job there by Krantz again. The 2-0 offering. And a quick throw down to third base. Not in time as Dieters gets back safely. Good idea there by Krantz as Dieters was drifting in towards home plate with his lead. As the count is now 3 balls and no strikes with runners on the corners here and one down. We'll see if the cleanup hitter has the take sign or the green light here on 3-0. And the pitch. And it is a little bit inside for ball 4. So Haying walks the bases loaded. As Burns is at second, Dieters at third, and Jake Sweeter does draw the walk. Krantz wants to have a few words here with his pitcher, get him settled down here. There is one out, and bases loaded, ducks on the pond here. That does mean that there is a force at any base. And so Krantz is probably telling Haying just throw strikes, make him hit the ball, and your defense will make plays behind you. Not sure if Haying has ever pitched in front of a crowd this size. As the crowd increases and the cameras come out, that does ratchet up the pressure a little bit.
Left fielder number 22, Jace Otto.
So we've had a walk, hit by pitch, fielder's choice, and a walk here in the inning, and that'll bring Jake Otto to the plate. And Otto looks at a first pitch strike. Otto batting .333 on the season. Playing left field today is the right-hander. No balls and a strike, then the pitch. That is fouled back, and Haying battled back now to a no ball, 2-strike count after a couple of encouraging words from his catcher. Again, a muskie on each bag. Ducks on the pond, if you will, or muskies in the pond. And the pitch. And again, that ball bounces in front of the catcher, and Krantz throws the helmet off, keeps that one in front of him. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Chase Haying takes a few steps out to the mound, tries to relax a bit and set himself. Early going here, bottom half of inning number 1 from Sartell, Minnesota. And the 1-2. That ball is drilled down the third base line, but foul. Jumping out of the way of that one was Dieters in foul territory. And that should even, or no, the count is still 1 ball and 2 strikes here to the number 5 batter, Jace Otto. On deck is Jack Greenland. And over at first base was Jake Sweeter. Jace and Jack here for the Muskies. The 1-2 from the right-hander. And that off-speed pitch misses high, evening the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The shadows are starting to creep across the right and center field playing areas as the sun will set behind those trees. The pitch Misses inside. And that will bring our count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So no place to put the batter here with bases loaded. And Haying could really use a strikeout or a ground ball here. Could turn 2. The 3-2. That ball is drilled into left field. This is going to score at least 1 run. 1 run is in, and they will give the stop sign as we go station to station here. And they got the first run of the ball game as Dieters comes in to score on a nice RBI single by Otto. Be the first run of the ball game here, and the bases are still loaded with 1 down. Coming up to bat now is Jack Greenland.
For the Muskies and playing third base, number 33, Jack Greenland.
So Sweeter goes to second, and Burns was held up at third. Jack Greenland hitting .273 on the season, playing third base today, as Haying steps off the rubber. So the first hit and first RBI here in the first inning belongs to Jake Otto. And the first pitch again is low. As Krantz really getting his money's worth today playing catcher. And the count will go to 1 ball and no strikes to Jack Greenland. Greenland with a couple of RBI opportunities there with runners at first, second, and third. And the 1-0. And that ball is hit past the third baseman and the shortstop into left field for another RBI single. As Overbo will run that one in. Again, station to station here is Jack Greenland with an RBI single. That would be Tim Burns coming in to score the second run of the ball game. And so here in the bottom half of inning number 1, it is the Muskies with 2 early runs and still only 1 out.
Seventh, the shortstop, number 5, Brian Schellinger.
Brian Schellinger, the shortstop, will come to bat now. 7th man to bat on the inning. Schellinger hitting .288. And pitch. And that ball misses. That pitch misses for ball 1. So we've got Greenland at first, Otto at second, and Sweeter over at third. Again with bases loaded. A lot of pressure-packed pitches here in the first inning. And that pitch misses high for ball 2. Again, the game time temperature was a steamy 83 degrees as Haying had a good lather up there on the pitcher's mound, the 2-0. And that will miss. 3 balls and no strikes. So there's been a couple of 3-0 counts here with the Muskies taken each time. You're going to guess here that Brian Schellinger is going to be taking. And that does cross over for strike 1. As so often happens in baseball, there's something about a 3-0 count boosting the pitcher's confidence, as more often than not the batter will be taking and the pitch will go right down the middle. And the pitch, that ball is fouled back off of a pole and bounces into play, but it is a dead ball. Again, talking about Chase Haying laboring here a bit. I believe that was his 33rd pitch of the inning. Still only 1 out. He could really use a strikeout here or even a double play ball. That foul ball makes the count full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes to the number 7 hitter. And the pitch. The ball is grounded back to the between third and short, and no throw by Lewis over there at third base. I was kind of hitting a no man's land there, just past the pitcher, right in front of the short. Third baseman Lewis cut it off and makes no throw, as I think he will be credited with an infield hit and another RBI. As Sweeter comes in to score the 3rd run of the evening. Otto to 3rd, Greenland to 2nd, and we'll have bases loaded again here, as we'll take a moment here as the coaching staff will come out and have a word with the starting pitcher Haying. And we'll stay right here as they try to sort things out and calm down the right-handed starter. Again, our score is 3-0 in favor of the Muskies in the Battle of Sartell Town Ball teams here at the Class C level. As the conference breaks up, we'll set the table for you here if you're just joining us with 1 out in the bottom half of inning number 1 with a 3-0 lead.
Number 10, Cody Parch.
Cody Parch will step to bat. Cody hitting .294 on the season, is the catcher today for the Muskies. The first pitch to him is lifted in the air. Camping under is the second baseman Fleming, making the catch for out number 2. So a fly out to the second base, or a pop up to the second baseman is our second out.
With 2 outs coming to the plate, the right
and
fielder,
you can see
Haying
Schellinger breathe a little easier there now with 2 down. And that'll bring up the other Schellinger on the team, Adam Schellinger. Adam playing right field today, hitting .297 on the season. The first offering is taken outside for a ball. Sorry, that crossed over for strike 1. 2 down here in the inning as the 9th man has come to bat. Again, bases loaded. And that ball is looped into left center field. That's going to get down for a hit. And that will score 2 runs on the RBI single by Adam Schellinger. And our score now is 5-0 in favor of the Muskies as Adam Schellinger brings in Jace Otto and Jack Greenland. A nice piece of hitting there as he fought that one off and blooped it into left center field. Brother Brian will go to second base as Adam Schellinger is credited with 2 RBIs. And that'll bring up Andrew Dieters as he lifts one into shallow right field. Coming on to make the catch, though, is Brinkerhoff for the 3rd out. So with 4 hits on the inning, the Muskies do score 5 runs. And we'll be right back here on fox9.com with the top half of inning number 2 when we return.
Discover more with the Fox 9 Daily Newsletter. Go to fox9.com/email to join and get top stories, original features, and special offers delivered to your inbox. Sign up at fox9.com/email. Thanks for watching Fox 9's Town Ball Tour. Here's where we're headed this summer. Join us July 14th in Minneapolis, only on fox9.com.
And welcome back to Sartell, Minnesota. Stop number 5 on the Town Ball Tour presented by fox9.com. As we played 1 inning in the books here, and the score is 5-0 in favor of the Sartell Muskies, taking on the Sartell Stone Poneys. Coming up to bat will be the cleanup hitter, Sean Lindsay, who's also DHing tonight. On deck, the right fielder, Steven Brinkerhoff, and in the hole, the 3rd baseman, Calen Lewis.
On the top of the second for the Stone Poneys, leading out the designated hitter, number 33, Sean Lindsay.
Sean Lindsay hitting .194 on the season. And all these stats, ladies and gentlemen, are on the home pages of both teams. The first offering from Dominski does catch the outside corner for strike 1. A couple of fans not so happy with that call here in the stands. The 0-1 from the big left-hander as he fires a fastball in there, and Lindsay can't catch up to it. No balls and 2 strikes. The bottom half of the inning, the Muskies exploded for 4 hits and 5 runs as they really put the pressure on Haying. But Haying was able to settle down and get the last couple outs of the inning, and now we go to the top half of the inning number 2. Trying to get back in the ball game here are the Stone Poneys on offense. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Lindsay, then Brinkerhoff, then Lewis. as the shadows now have crept all the way to the edge of the infield grass. You can see Dieter's out there at second base is just starting to be covered by the shadows. And that pitch misses off the outside corner and evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we'll see how the shadows affect play as they creep across the infield in the next couple of innings. And the 2-2 is grounded but foul. Nice play over there by the third base coach, barehanding it. Again, Dominski coming on the season with 50 strikeouts. He already has 2 in this game. He's only walked 3 batters, so good control from the left-hander, formerly in the Twins organization. And the 2-2. Little sidearm delivery there as Dominski dropped down and does not find the strike zone. And the count will go full to Lindsay. So Lindsay for the Ponies trying to get on base as the Stone Ponies need base runners. Put some numbers up on the scoreboard. Swung on and missed for strike 3 and the 3rd strikeout of the evening for Dominski. All 3 strikeouts have gone down swinging.
13, Steven Brinkerhoff.
And Steven Brinkerhoff comes to the plate for his first at bat of the evening here from Sartell, Minnesota. I'd like to thank you again for tuning in whichever way you are, if it's a smartphone, tablet, laptop, smart TV. We do appreciate your viewership, as it is our pleasure to bring you Town Ball Baseball every Wednesday night here on fox9.com. The 1-0 count. And that crosses over for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike now to the number 5 batter in the order. Brinkerhoff hitting .312 on the season. And the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Both teams have played 20 games. The Stone Ponies are coming right in at 500. 10 wins, 10 losses. 500 on the road, 500 at home. Swung on and missed for strike 3, so quickly 2 down by way of the strikeout, as Brinkerhoff can't catch up to the delivery from Dominski. And there are 2 down now.
Batting 6th, the third baseman, number 6, Calen Lewis.
Calen Lewis looking to be the first Stone Pony with a base hit here if possible, as he steps in, batting .300 on the season. And the right-hander takes a look at Dominski. His first offering misses outside for a ball. So 4 strikeouts here through the first 5 batters. And Dominski improving his confidence here with each throw. The pitch. That crosses over the outside corner for strike 1. Again, Dominski with great control on the season, only 3 walks. And now 54 strikeouts. And that pitch crosses over the outside corner for strike 2. He could live all day out there on the outside edge. And the 1-2 from Dominski. High as Lewis kind of backed away from that one. Calen Lewis playing third base. And the 2-2. And he thought about swinging, but did not offer fully at the inside pitch. And that'll bring our count now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Dominski now will take a few minutes here. Again, we're in the low 80s, some humidity here, as the sun is starting to set and cooling things off a bit, but out there on the field it is warm. Both pitchers with a good lather of sweat going. And that ball is grounded over to the first base side, but foul. And the first base coach will fire over to Dominski. If this is your first time watching the Town Ball level of baseball here, this is quite a treat. I've worked a couple of these games this season, and last year doing the state tournament. We'll have more information on the state tournaments, but that's a lot of fun and some really good baseball coming up later in the summer, as the first base runner of the afternoon, Calen Lewis, works a walk versus Dominski. Only the 4th walk on the season by the
Batting 7th.
Starting pitcher here today for the Muskies. So we'll see how Dominski does, pitching from the stretch for the first time this evening. Runner at first base, and Gavin Schulte, number 14, and batting left-handed, will come to the plate. Lefty versus lefty in this matchup, as Parch might have got crossed up there on the pitch, but does catch it and walks out. And we'll adjust his glove here. We've got a couple of adjustments with the uniforms by both pitcher and catcher. Sometimes when it is a sweaty, steamy afternoon, you do what you can to try to keep your hand dry, unless a little bit of sweat can help with the grip as well, as we're hearing from Major League Baseball pitchers. The 1-0 swung on and missed for strike one. I don't know what the policy is in town ball baseball for spider tack, but I guess will have to be a question for another ball game. Pure baseball down here at this level, and a lot of fun here in the summertime. The 1-1 pitch now coming lefty to lefty, and that ball is lifted foul and over back towards the Sartell water sign, or water tower, with a big sign of Sartell painted in blue cursive letters over the sun. Here in the heartland of Minnesota. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Gavin Schulte. Number 7 batter in the lineup with a runner on. Lewis over there at first base. We have not seen Dominski's throw over to first yet. Not quite sure what kind of a pickoff move he has. We'll see if he goes to it in this inning or if he's just going to concentrate on the batter as he throws home. And that pitch is high and outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now with a runner on. Early going here from Sartell, Minnesota. We're in the top half of inning number 2. And swung on and missed for strike 3. So 3 strikeouts in the inning, all 3 swinging.
Stone Poneys in their second inning, no runs,
for
no hits,
Dominski.
no errors. Left to runner Ethan Carlson, Tim Burns.
As we go to the
and
middle
Jake
of
Sweeter
the
coming up
second
for the
inning,
Muskies.
we'll be right back on Fox9.com.
I have a question.
Yes, your cologne is too strong.
Where is Schitt's Creek?
You told me to keep it a secret, and that's exactly what I did, even from myself.
On Fox 9 Plus.
Oh my God. Can I watch?
Where's Fox 9 Plus? Here's Fox 9 Plus.
Oh my God, this gets better and better.
Schitt's Creek, weeknights at 9:30.
There will be a surprise, and there will be tears, even if they're just my own.
On Fox 9 Plus.
Visit the official website of the Minnesota Baseball Association to learn about this year's state tournaments and get all the latest scores from around the state. mnbaseball.org has all the information you need and links you to all the teams' pages. Again, that is mnbaseball.org. As we head to the bottom half of inning number 2, it'll be Chase Hain toeing the rubber again for the Stone Poneys. Down by 5 runs here. It'll be his job to keep it at a 5-run disadvantage. Leading things off for the Muskies this inning will be the number 2 hitter, Ethan Carlson, Mr. Offense for the Muskies. On deck, Tim Burns, and in the hole, the cleanup hitter, Jake Sweeter. Five strikeouts now for David Dominski.
Leading off the center fielder, Ethan Carlson.
As Chase Hain looking for his first K of the evening. And number 1, Ethan Carlson steps into bat. Carlson was hit by a pitch in the first inning and was forced out at second base on a fielder's choice. Quickly, the count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike here in bottom half of inning number 2. And Hain going to work quickly, induces a swing and miss for strike 2. Again, we are live here, Sartell, Minnesota, part of the Town Ball Tour. And that ball is lifted high, skied high, in the infield. Coming on is the third baseman, Lewis, will put that away quickly for the first out.
With one out, now batting the first baseman, Tim Burns.
So a fly out to the third baseman, and they'll bring up Tim Burns. Burns was a fielder's choice in the first inning and did come around to score the game's first run. As we are still having fans come in here early on in the second inning. Come on down to the ballpark and get yourself a hot dog, something to drink, and enjoy some town ball baseball. The 0-1, and that ball is drilled into left field. This could be trouble, and that is over the fence. You'd ask him if he wants fries with that as he's serving up Whoppers here, as that ball got out in a hurry. Coming around to touch home and make it 6-0 is Tim Burns with his 4th home run on the season. And it looks like he'll get to wear the chain, the golden chain here, as the first ball to leave the yard belongs to Tim Burns this evening.
Amateur baseball since 2003. That's his 99th home run.
And according to the public address announcer, that is the 99th home run of Tim Burns' career. So congratulations to him on a huge milestone, 99 home runs.
Jake Sweeter.
As Jake Sweeter steps into the plate. Score is now 6-0 in favor of the hometown Muskies. And there is one out here in the bottom half of inning number 2. Sweeter, then Otto, then Greenland. The heart of the order here for the Muskies. And that ball is lifted high into the air. Coming over is Schaefer in center field. Plenty of room, and he will put that away for out number 2. So 2 outs and a home run on the bottom half of the inning here, and Jace Otto will come to bat. Otto, 1 for 1 with a single, 1 RBI, and did come around to score. Part of that 5-run first inning. But there are 2 outs now, as Haying, looking to keep the damage to only 1 run, starts off with a strike to Jace Otto. And that pitch is low for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch, and that ball is swung on and missed, as the pitch count is now at 50 pitches here. That's a nice little stat on the scoreboard there. And that ball is drilled into left field. That will be trouble, as it could get to the corner. And we'll see if he's going to dig for 2. The throw is not in time, as Jace Otto comes around. He's 2 for 2 on the day, and he has a double here with 2 outs. So that one got into the corner there. It's 327 to left and right, and 374 to deep center field, 350 in both power alleys. As with 2 outs now and 1 on, Jack Greenland will come to bat. Greenland also 1 for 1 today with a single and an RBI. Part of the big rally in the first inning, as he got a single, came around to score, and he looks at an 0-1 count. And the pitch crosses over for strike 2 to Jack Greenland. No balls and 2 strikes now to the right-handed hitting third baseman, with an RBI chance out there at second base. The pitch, and that ball is lifted foul. Running over is the first baseman, Amon, but he will run out of real estate, and that will go behind the concession stand over there and be tossed back into play. Not sure how many balls they use during a given town ball game, but all the foul balls should be returned, as they do have a limited amount. Need to put those back into play, and the 0-2 is outside for a ball. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Greenland here in the bottom half of inning number 2 from Sartell, Minnesota. The pitch, and that ball is hit to shortstop, tosses over to third base, and is not able to make the tag. Over there is Lewis. So a good idea there by Schulte. Schulte playing shortstop. He had to dive to his right, and his momentum taking him to the third base side of the field. Thought about tossing over Lewis for the tag, but the base runner slid into third in front of the tag.
Schellinger.
And there are still 2 outs. 2 runners on now, runners at the corners. As that was Otto making it to third base ahead of the throw. And the runner takes off for second. The throw down is going to be cut off, and there's going to be potential play at the plate. Now they've got him hung out to dry there. As the throw back to third base is safe, says the umpire. As Krantz ran Otto back and just a little tardy on the throw, a little high, and Lewis was not able to get the tag down. But Krantz does as you're taught. You're always supposed to run the base runner back to the base they came from so they don't advance. Worst case scenario, he's standing on third base and a run does not score. As Schellinger now has 2 runners on in scoring position. He swings and hits that one into left field. That'll drop. 1 run will score, and they're waving around the next base runner. There'll be a play at the plate. Ahead of the throw and safe. Throw down to second base, not in time. As Otto comes in to score, Greenland comes all the way around. And Schellinger makes it to second base with 2 RBIs. And the score now is 8-0 in favor of the hometown Muskies. And Cody Parch, will come to bat here. Still 2 outs as the Muskies now have jumped up to an 8-0 lead. On the single and RBI, 2 RBIs there by Brian Schellinger. And Parch looks at a ball for his first offering. This next pitch will be the 60th in 2 innings here by Hang. And that ball is lifted in the air into center, deep into center field. Going back as a center fielder, Schaefer, and he will have a nice running catch for out number 3. So after 2 innings, the score is 8-0 in favor of the Muskies here on Fox9.com.
Jeff Amon.
This is Fox 9 Plus.
Let's get started, everybody.
Today's biggest talkers.
Charles and I have been talking about this all morning.
Award-winning comedy.
This gets better and better.
Minnesota's only local news at 7.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Plus,
more good news.
A whole lot more.
More than this?
More than we can use.
Game shows. Court shows.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Your shows. Fox 9 Plus. Something for everyone.
Be sure to keep an eye on Fox 9 News tonight at 9 for a look at all the fun and festivities from today's Town Ball Tour stop in Sartell. The next Town Ball Tour is on July 14th. There'll be a doubleheader of Class A teams playing at historic Parade Stadium just west of downtown Minneapolis. Tune in, you will not want to miss that, as we'll be bringing you 2 ball games that night. And we want to wish all in attendance here a happy 4th of July weekend coming up. And again, thank you for tuning in to today's Town Ball action on Fox9.com. As we head to the top half of inning number 3, it'll be Jeff Amon, number 17, leading things off. And on deck is Zach Overbo, and in the hole, the leadoff batter, Will Krantz.
First baseman, Jeff Amon.
And Amon swings and misses at the first offering. Amon batting in the left-handed batter's box and coaching the Stone Poneys this evening. And the 0-1 from Dominski. And that catches the outside corner for a no-ball 2-strike count. Our score here, 8-0 in favor of the Muskies. As the Stone Poneys did get a base runner on, they're still looking for their first base hit. And down on strikes goes Amon. The 6th strikeout of the evening for Dominski. And now we know how Dominski had 50 Ks and only 3 walks coming into tonight's action. And the number 9 batter, Zach Overbo, will step in the right-handed batter's box. Leading the team with 23 RBIs is the number 9 hitter this evening. And he looks at a first pitch ball. So 6 strikeouts and 1 walk through 2 1/3 innings. Through 9 batters, actually. The 1-1 now from the big left-hander. And swung on and missed for strike 2. So Overbo is looking at a 1-ball, 2-strike count in the bottom of the order here, trying to get on base any way he can, as the Stone Poneys are looking to put up some runs here in the 3rd inning. And the pitch swung on and missed again for strike 3. So they're quickly 2 down off of 2 strikeouts, both of them swinging, as the Stone Poneys are having a tough time catching up to Dominski. Again, Dominski has some minor league baseball pitching experience. And we will flip the batting order over to the top of the order now as Will Krantz comes to bat. Will Krantz 0 for 1 this evening. He grounded out to the shortstop, Schellinger. And he lifts the first offering foul and way out of play. Again, this is the 3rd inning, so that foul ball is worth a prize at the concession stand. There's a lot of kiddos run after that one. And the 0-1 pitch is outside a ball. Our producer, Greg Wilford, here thought about running after that foul ball as well. I'm glad he stayed here to produce this ball game for you. The 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. As the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter here in the top half of the 3rd inning. If Krantz were to reach, it would be Fleming up next. And that pitch is outside. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Fleming leading the team in hits and does have a home run on the season. Krantz with 16 stolen bases. Hoping to get on and show off his speed. And the 2-2. High, ball 3. Full count now. Dominski with a little hitch in his windup there as he kind of hung the right foot. And the pitch. And as the other 2 batters in the inning went down swinging, so does Will Krantz for out number 3.
Will bring up Adam Schellinger.
So
Andrew
the
Dieters, Ethan Carlson.
Stone Poneys go 1, 2, 3 in order. We'll be right back here on Fox9.com for the bottom half of inning number 3. It's Muskies 8, Stone Poneys 0. We'll be right back.
Fox 9 Morning News. All local, all morning.
Are you nervous?
I am nervous.
Join us tomorrow on Fox 9 Morning News.
And we're back live for the bottom half of inning number 3 from Sartell, Minnesota. And there is a pitching change.
Number 22, Reese Johnson, is now on the pitch.
Reese Johnson, the tall right-hander, will be pitching in relief of Chase Haying. It'll be Johnson on the rubber for the bottom half of inning number 3. He'll be facing Adam Schellinger, followed by Andrew Dieters, and in the hole, Ethan Carlson. As he's looking to keep the deficit here at only 8 runs. The hometown Muskies scored 5 in the first and 3 in the second. As Johnson comes in and looks to shut him out here in the 3rd inning. 7 hits and 8 runs offensively for the Muskies. And defensively, their pitcher, Dave Dominski, is cruising here through 3 innings. He has 8 strikeouts and only 1 walk. Has not given up a hit yet, and there have been no errors in the ball game so far. Reese Johnson gets set to face Adam Schellinger. Schellinger coming in on the season, batting .297. He is 1 for 1 today with a single in the first inning. And he steps in to face the tall right-hander. And a submarine sidearm delivery here from Reese Johnson. This will be a little different for the Muskies to face. I believe Johnson pitches for a high school varsity team, and that ball is lifted high in the air. This is in the gap. This could be trouble, but coming on and making a nice catch is Overbo, as that was deep in the power alley, but some nice wheels defensively, and Overbo is over there to make the catch for out number 1.
Top of the order. Second baseman Andrew Dieters.
And now we'll go back to the top half of the order. I'm sorry, we'll turn the order and go to turn the order over. The leadoff batter, Andrew Dieters, comes to the plate for his 3rd at-bat of the night. Dieters walked and scored in the first and also flew out in the first as he batted twice in that inning. With 1 down now, he faces an 0-1 count, and he grounds the ball over to in between first and second for a base hit. Eamon thought about it, but then had to go and cover first base. And it was a nice piece of hitting there by Dieters as he hit it right in between the first baseman and second baseman for a solid base hit. Dieters now 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Or, I'm sorry, 1 for 2.
Center fielder Ethan Carlson.
And Ethan Carlson, Mr. Offense here, will come up to the bat for the Sartell Muskies. He was hit by a pitch and flew out. He grounds that back up the middle. This could be 2. Bobbled by the shortstop Schulte and then slid into by Dieters. Hopefully he's okay there. It was a little kind of dangerous looking play. This was a ground ball back up the middle and looked like it could have been a double play ball as the shortstop Schulte came over, tried feeling it, stepping on the bag and getting out of the way of the runner all at the same time and was not able to.
First baseman Tim Burns.
Dieters goes a second safely, and Carlson reaches on the fielder's choice. And I guess that would be an error on that play. Anyways, there are 2 on here with 1 out for Johnson. Johnson pitching from the stretch. And Tim Burns, he of the over-the-fence home run in his last at-bat. His 99th of his career in town ball baseball. He comes in with a couple of runners on and quickly looks at an 0-2 count. So Dieters at second and Carlson at first. And the 2-0 now to the number 3 hitter, Tim Burns. And that is grounded right back off the pitcher's mound and into center field. This is going to score a run. As hustling all the way around is Dieters. And the score is now 9-0 in favor of the home team Muskies. RBI single for Tim Burns. He did reach on a fielder's choice and hit the home run, so this is his 3rd time aboard this afternoon. And does have a few RBIs here. That'll bring up to bat Jake Sweeter, the clean-up batter and designated hitter. He walked and scored in the first and flew out to center in the second. The pitch. And the sidearm delivery crosses over home plate for strike number 1. So only 1 down. Runner at first and second now. And the pitch. Fouled back. And Jake Sweeter will adjust the batting gloves here. Get a little spit on for extra grip. Not sure how many sidearmers he's faced yet this year. The delivery is a little bit different to get used to as the ball is coming from a different point out of the pitcher's hand. And that ball is lifted foul and out of play. There'll be no balls and 2 strikes to the designated hitter. Coming into tonight, Sweeter was hitting .316. And he is hitting for the pitcher, Dominski. The 0-2 now from Reese Johnson in on relief. The pitch. Outside a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Haying went 2 innings, gave up 8 hits and 7 hits and 8 runs. Did not strike out a batter and did have a couple of walks. So the 1-2 now to Jake Sweeter. That ball is drilled into center field. This could be trouble. Back and off the fence. Coming around here to score 1 run. An RBI double here by Jake Sweeter, as the score now is 10-0 in favor of the Muskies. And as Sweeter makes it all the way to second base, having to hold up to make sure that ball wasn't caught was Carlson. Carlson will come around to score. And standing on third base now was Tim Burns. Burns was trailing Carlson, making sure that he didn't overrun him, as Carlson came in to score, and now Burns at third. Runners at second and third now for Jace Otto. Jace is 2 for 2 on the evening. Singled and scored in the first, doubled and scored in the second. With no outs now, the count is 1 ball and no strikes to Otto. And the pitch. And tries the catcher there, Krantz, try to throw down to third base, as the third base runner was off the bag. We saw that earlier in the game, but accidentally the throw from Krantz went off the batter in the batter's box there, Chase Otto. So Otto's okay. Not sure where that hit him. Maybe in the chest there. That was a bit of a weird play. The 2-0 now. And that does cross the outside corner for strike 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now, or 2 balls and 1 strike. Excuse me. To Jace Otto. 2 for 2 on the night. And the pitch. That ball is drilled into the gap in left center. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, as Otto is 3 for 3 on the night with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs on that bases clearing hit there, as 2 runs come in to score. Burns and Sweeter. And with 1 down still, the score is 12-0 in favor of the Muskies. So Reese Johnson now giving up 4 runs in the inning. He will face Jack Greenland. Greenland has breached base twice tonight and scored 2 runs. He does have a RBI chance there with Otto over at second base. Otto having a great night tonight, 3 for 3 with 2 doubles. Greenland not too bad himself, reaching base twice and scoring twice. And it's middle of the lineup here. As I said before, the Jake, Jace, Jack combination here. Heart of the lineup, pretty dangerous. The 0-2 count now from Reese Johnson. That ball is lifted high into right field. Brinkerhoff coming over, makes the catch, and the base runner will tag Otto going from second to third. And the ball gets away from the third baseman on the throw into the infield. Otto will stay at third base. So Greenland flies out. And that will bring Brian Schellinger, the shortstop, to bat. Schellinger with a single in his last trip to the plate. Hitting .288 coming into tonight's action.
That brings up the shortstop, Brian Schellinger.
Schellinger with 3 RBIs tonight, also having an excellent night. He had 1 RBI in the first inning and 2 RBIs in the second inning. The first offering is high and inside. 1 ball and no strikes to the shortstop. And we've got 2 outs on the inning here in the top half of inning number 4. And that ball is fouled back. 1 ball and 1 strike. As Reese Johnson has come on in relief and has thrown 21 pitches now. trying to get out of the inning, only giving up 4 runs. There was an error in this inning, too, by the shortstop, Schulte. And that pitch is drilled into left center field. Coming on with a nice running catch is Schaefer. Schaefer's had about 3 nice running catches this evening, and that is out number 3. So Schellinger flies out to center for the 3rd out. And 4 more runs are scored here in the top or the bottom half of the inning, as the score is now 12-0 in favor of the Muskies of Sartell. When we come back, it'll be the top half of inning number 4 here on Fox9.com.
Good morning, Dale.
Rise and shine with the Garden Guy on the Fox 9 Morning News.
And I'm so ready to start planting.
Helping you create your space and explore new ground.
Right on the money. Absolutely fantastic.
Dale K is always in season.
Oh, love him, love him, love him.
Watch the Garden Guy Tuesdays and Thursdays on the Fox 9 Morning News.
And we're back live here to Sartell, Minnesota for the top half of inning number 4 as part of the Fox 9 Town Ball Tour. And a beautiful night for baseball and a beautiful night offensively here for the Muskies. Again, this is the Sartell battle here, battle of Sartell teams, as the Sartell Stone Poneys face off against the Sartell Muskies. And the first pitch swinging is grounded over to second base. Dieters up with it and throws over to first to Burns for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top half of inning number 4, as that was Teddy Fleming grounding out. 4-3 if you're scoring at home.
With 1 out, now batting the center fielder, Josh Schaefer.
Dominski already with 8 strikeouts here through 3 innings. 3 in the 3rd, I should say. And coming up to bat now is Josh Schaefer, batting .275 before tonight's action. He swings and misses. Schaefer was a victim of strikeout in the 1st inning as he went down swinging, and starts off 0-1 now versus Dominski. And the off-speed pitch misses for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike now to the 3rd batter in the lineup. And the pitch inside, no, it does cross over, as Schaefer thought about swinging, held up, but it did cross over the plate for strike number 2. And the 1-2 from Dominski. And that ball is lifted into left field, coming on, going over actually as the shortstop, calling it off, and making the catch for out number 2. So there are quickly 2 outs now. Dominski's had at least 2 strikeouts in each inning. He's yet to record a strikeout here, but there are 2 down. As the fly out to the shortstop is our 2nd out, and that will bring up the designated hitter, Sean Lindsay. Lindsay 0 for 1. He led off the 2nd inning with a strikeout, looking for his first hit of the action, and also the first hit for the Stone Poneys. Stone Poneys did have a base runner with a walk in the 2nd inning, and that pitch is outside for a ball, as Calen Lewis, the 3rd baseman, reached safely on a walk. He is in the hole right now, as Lindsay hoping to get on base here. And he takes ball 2. So quickly it is 2 balls and no strikes to the cleanup batter. And the pitch. And that does cross over for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. As Dominski looking to get out of this inning here. He's cruising along. From the windup, the left-hander fires. And that is actually an off-speed pitch here as that crosses over for strike 2. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's only 1 base runner here for the Stone Poneys, as they're looking to get going offensively. And that pitch is foul tipped and hung on to in the catcher's mitt by Parch for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Stone Ponies. When we come back, it'll be the bottom half of inning number 4. Our score remains 12-0 in favor of the Muskies on Fox9.com.
This summer, Fox 9 Plus presents your St. Paul Saints. Friday night home games at 7, followed by fireworks on Fox 9 Plus. Here's where you can find Fox 9 Plus in your area.
Town Ball is produced by School Space Media and supported by the Minnesota Twins. In a couple weeks, we will be bringing you some fun and exciting news on an upcoming event at Target Field to celebrate Town Ball. Thanks again to the Minnesota Twins for supporting grassroots baseball. And we are back live. Looks like another pitching change here. We'll get the name here for number 17. And that'll be, oh, that's Jeff Amon. Jeff Amon coming in to pitch. So Jeff Amon throws the rubber now. He was playing first base. And Amon now will be the pitcher of record. Leading things off will be the catcher, Cody Parch. On deck, the right fielder, Adam Schellinger. And in the hole, the second baseman, Andrew Dieters.
Calen Lewis comes over and plays first base.
Calen Lewis going over to first base.
And Tyler Hemish is in at shortstop.
And playing third base here is number 14, Schulte, moving over from shortstop. And get all these changes here on the scorecard. And the new shortstop, number 25, Hemish, Tyler Hemish playing shortstop. So we'll get that all for you here. As we head to the bottom half of inning number 4. The home team Muskies up 12-0.
Leading up to fourth for the Muskies.
Jeff Amon comes in. And the left-hander's first pitch of the game is grounded sharply over to the third baseman. Schulte up with it. A strong throw over to first base. Nice stretch over there by the first baseman Lewis. And that'll be out number 1. So a hard smash, a nice leather play over there at third base by Schulte, and a strong throw. And a nice defensive play by the former third baseman, now playing first base, Lewis, with a stretch, and out number 1. That'll bring Adam Schellinger to the plate. 2 RBIs already on a single in the first inning. 1 for 2 is Schellinger on the evening. And he starts off looking at a strike. No balls and a strike now to the number 9 batter. And that pitch misses. The count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. As Amon comes in and quickly gets an out. And this ball is going to be lined into right field. It'll one-hop the right fielder Brinkerhoff. Lands safely for a base hit. The 12th hit of the ball game here for the hometown Muskies. And they have another runner on. Runners on and scoring runs in each inning.
Back to the top of the order,
offensively for the Muskies.
Dieters.
And they'll turn their lineup over for a third time tonight as Andrew Dieters will come to the plate. This is his 4th at bat. As the left-hander stands in against the new pitcher, and the first offering is low, bounces in. Nice play again by Krantz. Again, we're coming to you live here, Sartell, Minnesota, a suburb of St. Cloud. A beautiful night for baseball, absolutely gorgeous. All these little puffs of clouds in the sky have now gone away, and it's just the sun going down. And that ball is drilled over to the first baseman. Lewis over to second, and that ball will skip into left field. A good idea there, just not executed well, as Lewis's throw was low and got away from the shortstop. And instead of a potential double play, the error now will have runners at the corners with one out. So trying to get out of the inning with a double play. Dieters with a fielder's choice error. And Dieters will be at first base on the error to the third baseman. And Schellinger makes it over to third base. So Amon now
Center fielder Ethan Carlson
with runner at third base and first, and facing Ethan Carlson. Carlson swings and misses for strike one. He was looking to put some pop into that one. As the count now is no balls and 1 strike. And there's a nice swing right to the shortstop. And he drops the ball, but actually the umpire said he caught it. With that runner at first base, he tried to drop that ball on purpose to turn a double play, but the umpire said that he held on to it long enough for an out. The second out of the inning. So Amon now with a chance to get out of the inning without giving up any runs. And he'll go to work here against Carter Hemish. And the pitch. And that ball is grounded over towards first, but foul. Carter Hemish, number 28, batting left-handed. And there are 2 down now in the bottom half of the inning, bottom half of inning number 4, as the shadows have engulfed the whole field here, St. Cloud Orthopedics field. Swing and a miss, and it's hung on to by the catcher Krantz for strike 2. And the sun is just barely over the line of trees here in the outfield as it begins to sink on a beautiful Wednesday evening here in Minnesota. Part of the Town Ball tour here by Fox9.com and Fox News, bringing Town Ball baseball to you every Wednesday night. And that ball is fouled back off the netting in front of us, and it'll bounce back to the catcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Carter Hemish. Hemish batting in place of Tim Burns. Burns with a great night offensively. He with the home run over the left field fence in the second inning. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Up 12-0 in the 4th inning here. The Muskies are starting to bring in some of their bench players to get some quality at bats. That ball is grounded and fielded in foul territory by Lewis, and that will remain a foul ball. We are in the bottom half of inning number 4. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here, as Jeff Amon has come on and trying to get out of the inning without giving up any runs for the first time for the Stone Poneys defensively. And his pitch, that ball is reached over and grounded to the second baseman, up with it to first. Lewis holds on to that one for out number 3. So no damage done on the scoreboard, as the Stone Poneys hold them to no runs. When we come back, it'll be the top half of inning number 5 here on Fox9.com.
When storms roll in, turn to Fox 9 and stay sky aware with the Fox 9 weather app and at Fox9.com.
Jacob Merrill at second, the third base.
Be sure to keep an eye on Fox 9 News tonight at 9:30 for a look at all the fun and festivities from today's Town Ball Tour stop in Sartell. Our next Town Ball Tour is on July 14th, and it will be a doubleheader of Class A teams. They'll be playing at historic Parade Stadium just west of downtown Minneapolis. Tune in on the 14th. You don't want to miss that one. A wholesale list of changes defensively for the Muskies. With that 12-0 lead through 4 innings, the benches will open up here a little bit, especially for the Muskies, as some of the backup players, non-starters, get a chance to take a few at-bats and play some defensive positions.
Stephen Brinkerhoff.
Stephen Brinkerhoff will lead things off, followed by Calen Lewis and then Gavin Schulte. Again, they are going up against David Dominski. Dominski's thrown 62 pitches, 9 strikeouts so far and only 1 walk. He has not given up a base hit. And the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Steve Brinkerhoff. And we're in the top half of inning number 5. And the pitch. And the pitch is high and outside for ball 1. So Dominski going the distance here so far. We'll see with a 12-0 lead how long he stays in. The 1-2 from the big left-hander. Thought about swinging was Brinkerhoff, but he held up. And the count will be even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Not sure, too, if there's a pitch count for Dominski. I think that there is a limit in town ball of how many pitches you can throw. Not sure. We'll figure that out for you here in between innings, potentially. But here we are with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Brinkerhoff is 0 for 1, a victim of strikeout in the 2nd inning. One of 9 strikeouts thrown here by Dominski. And the left-hander fires. And not able to hold on to that one is Parch. He punches his glove in anger as if he would have been able to hold on to that one, that would have been the first out of the inning. Off the foul tip of the bat of number 13, Brinkerhoff. Brinkerhoff, a couple of nice catches out in right field defensively for the Stone Poneys as he gets ready for the offering and fouls that one down the line. That one, look out over there on the first base side in the stands there, as that was a screaming line drive that was slicing, foul and out of play. And we'll do 2-2 all over again here as Dominski into his windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed and held on to for another strikeout. All the strikeouts have been swinging here, as I believe that is the 10th strikeout of the evening for Dominski. It is 10, so he does have at least a strikeout in each inning. 2 innings he has struck out all 3, or I'm sorry, 1 inning he struck, no, 2 innings he did strike out all 3 batters. And he starts off Calen Lewis with a strike here, the 2nd batter of the inning. And the 0-1 is inside as Lewis gets his elbows out of the way of that one. And the count will be even at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 71st pitch of the evening for Dominski crosses over the plate for strike 2. As the Stone Poneys here trying to get base runners on, trying to get base hits against Dominski. And just not able to succeed here in the batter's box offensively are the Stone Poneys. The 2-2 count now to Lewis. Lewis started off at 3rd base, switched over, is playing 1st base defensively now. And the pitch. That ball is grounded down the 1st base line, coming over and feeling it, tagging out Lewis is the new 1st baseman, 28. And that was Carter Hemish with a nice play over there, feeling it and tagging out the base runner as he came down towards him. And that will be 3 unassisted for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring Gavin Schulte. Gavin Schulte playing over at third base now. Batting left-handed is number 14. And he'll try to get on base any way he can. He swings at the first offering and misses for an 0-1 count. Midway through the game here, we are in the top half of inning number 5. We score 12-0 in favor of the Muskies. And that ball is fouled back. Again over by the Sartell water tower, and the crowd of Little Leaguers go scampering after that one. Have to be careful over there. And the count climbs now to no balls and 2 strikes as Dominski has to stop in his windup. Gavin Schulte, in an effort to get Dominski out of his groove there, stepped out, called for time. I don't think that Dominski liked that very much, as he was already into the windup. That's kind of what that strategy is for, though. If you step out and the umpire allows you to take a timeout. And he fires in for strike 3 as Dominski answers back with another strikeout. 11 strikeouts on the evening.
These two teams will be in action.
And the score 12-0.
No baseball over the 4th.
We will be right back here for the bottom half of inning number 5 on Fox9.com.
I think the future's looking up from here. Just the ability to do what you want.
It's like being able to hug my friends.
They're finally getting to come out and see the baby.
Sunshine and bars and restaurants open.
Getting back to my old lifestyle.
Just being out today and seeing all the people.
Any chance I get to connect with people is sought after nowadays.
We're planning to get together with all our buddies.
Just seeing people being reunited.
It'll be Nate Nierenhausen coming in on relief. The 4th pitcher this afternoon used by the Stone Ponies. And he will be facing Jake Sweeter, Jace Otto, and Jack Greenland, unless there are going to be some pinch batters potentially here as the Muskies look to get some other batters in. Get a couple of bats here against Nate Nierenhausen. Nierenhausen, the medium-sized right-hander here. As he takes a couple more warm-up tosses. And we head to the bottom half of inning number 5 with the Muskies ahead by a score of 12-0. We throw down to second base, and we're ready for more live action here on the Town Ball Tour. Stepping into bat will be, we'll get the pinch batter here for you. And number 30, Blake House. Blake House in for Jake Sweeter. And he gets hit by a pitch, and he will take first base. 1 pitch and 1 base runner here is number 30. Just writing his name into the scorebook, already on first base with a hit by pitch. And that'll bring up number 4, Calen O'Connell, also a pinch batter.
The center fielder, Calen O'Connell.
And he will hit for Jace Otto. O'Connor stepping into bat, stepping into bat in place of Jace Otto. Jace with a great night tonight, 3 for 3. With 2 singles or 2 doubles and a single. And the offering is low. 2 balls and no strikes to the pinch hitter, O'Connor. A lot of changes here, and a throw over to first base, not in time. As that was House sliding back safely. We're in the 5th inning here, bottom half of the 5th inning. And the pitch from Nierenhausen. That ball is smoked down the third base line, but foul. 2 balls and a strike. So we'll be going through the roster here, trying to get as many pronunciations correct as we can, as the Muskies are starting to empty their bench. Again, up 12-0. 12 hits on the evening, 12 runs scored. And that pitch is outside, and the count will go to 3 balls and 1 strike. Jeff Amon came in the last inning and held the Muskies to no runs for the first time in an inning tonight. And Nierenhausen looks to do the same thing, as that pitch was inside for ball 4. And O'Connor will take his base. So hit by a pitch and a walk. And there are 2 runners on for number 7, Riley Arndt. Arndt in for a at-bat here for the first time this evening.
Third baseman Riley Arndt.
Arndt playing third base tonight. And his first pitch that he sees tonight is a ball outside from Nierenhausen. 2 runners on here, a chance for some RBIs for Arndt. And again, no outs here in the 5th inning, as now the sun has just fallen below the trees, and that pitch is hit high into left field. Coming on to make the catch is Overbo. They'll put that away for out number 1. So a fly out to the left fielder is our first out.
Coming to plate, the shortstop, David Krueger.
And number 8, David Krueger, will come to bat for his first at bat today. And Krueger playing shortstop now, batting in place of Brian Schellinger. Krueger batting in the right-handed batter's box with a runner in scoring position out there at second base. And that pitch got away from Nierenhausen, and luckily did not hit the batter, Krueger. Starts off with a 1-0 count. So hit by a pitch and a walk here are 2 base runners. 1 down, and the pitch swung on and missed as Krueger swings and misses. The count will now be 1 ball and 1 strike. It was Hang that started off the ball game, going 2 innings, followed by Reese Johnson for an inning, Jeff Amon for an inning, and now Nate Nierenhausen. The ball is hit foul over into the third base dugout area. The hometown Muskies having a good time over there, up 12-0. In the head-to-head competition here between both Sartell teams, the Muskies do own a 19-1 record head-to-head versus their partners, the Sartell Stone Poneys, and that was fouled back and held onto for out number 2 as Krueger goes down.
2 outs coming to plate. Catcher Braden Dykhuizen.
And Dykhuizen now will come to the plate, number 14, and he'll be catching for Cody Parch. And Dykhuizen also has a chance for an RBI here in his first at bat. So Dykhuizen will catch in place of Parch, and he's hitting for him here as the number 8 batter in the order. And the 1-0 pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. As now shadows have engulfed the whole area here at St. Cloud Orthopedic Field. Still a beautiful night as the temperature dipping below 80 degrees. And we've got time called here on the field. I think we'll have a pinch runner. Pinch runner for House.
Running at second base for the Muskies, number 2, Travis Weaver.
Travis Weaver is now running in place of Blake House. And our count remains 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs here in the bottom half of inning number 5. And the pitch. That off-speed pitch is hit into right field, coming on, trying to make a catch. Running out of room is the right fielder, Brinkerhoff, as that ball goes out of play for a foul ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. with 2 outs. And our batter, of course, is Dykhuizen. Pinch hitting. We've had pinch hitters basically every batter, in the inning. As the Muskies are getting some good at-bats here for increase the depth, and that ball hit him in the back. So Dykhuizen will take first base on the second hit by a pitch in the inning. And the bases will now be loaded, and we'll get the new batter here coming to bat, number 23. And 23 is John Schumer. John Schumer with a chance to do some damage at the plate.
Right fielder John Schumer.
And he will be batting for Adam Schellinger, and playing in right field will be John Schumer. The 9th one to bat in the order here is Schumer, and he looks at strike 1 to start off this at bat. So Weaver's over at third base and O'Connor at second. As House reached by hit by a pitch, and O'Connor was walked. A couple outs later, another hit by a pitch, and our bases are loaded with 2 down. The 0-2 to Schumer, and that one just misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Muskies here, still putting on the pressure. Up 12-0, bases loaded now, 2 outs. And that pitch is grounded foul, pulled into the first base dugout. As it bounced in and around the Stone Poneys and back into play. And our count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes here, as Nierenhausen also looking to get through another inning without giving up a run. And that pitch is fouled back right off to my left and off the netting. And the lights are starting to brighten up here. And that will come into play, as the lights may affect tracking the ball from the pitcher's hand until it gets completely dark out here for night baseball. The 1-2, and that ball is lifted, pop fly, in on the infield, coming over as a second baseman, putting it away. A nice catch over there at second for out number 3.
Muskies in the 5th, no runs, no hits, no errors.
No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5 innings, our score remains the Muskies 12 and the Stone Poneys 0. When we come back, it'll be the top half of inning number 6 on fox9.com.
More is better, and Fox 9 now has more. More streaming, more local stories, more shows, and, well, more. Go ahead, try it out, and discover more on the Fox 9 News app and at fox9.com.
And we are back live in Sartell, Minnesota, as we head to the top half of inning number 6. Coming up to bat will be probably a slew of pinch hitters. We will get those names and numbers for you as they come up. As we still have David Dominski going strong here through 5 innings. He does have 11 strikeouts. He's given up no hits. He's walked a batter. And so there's only been 1 base runner that he's faced. Other than that, he's been just cruising along here as the big left-hander, former minor league pitcher. He will face Jeff Amon. Jeff 0 for 1 today with a strikeout.
Right fielder Jeff Amon.
Jeff Amon playing in right field now. He was in on relief a couple innings ago, did not give up a run as he fouls off the first offering. So through 5 innings, 11 strikeouts for Dominski, as he's turning in a dominant performance tonight on the mound for the hometown Muskies against their rivals, the Stone Poneys, here in the battle for Sartell and all the bragging rights later on after the game. Almond starts off with a 1-1 count. Top half of inning number 6. And that pitch crosses over for strike 2. I don't think Almond cared for that call so much. Looking to get on base here are the Stone Poneys, trying to get base runners on and maybe manufacture a few runs. As he grounds that one to short, up with it and over to first base. And that ball gets away from the first baseman. It'll be an error on the throw to Krueger as the second base runner, I should say, reaches, and Almond will be at first base. So the throw got away from the first baseman. Luckily bounced off. It's like a brick wall over there in foul territory. So it quickly came back to the first baseman, and there was no advancement by Almond, but Almond's over at first base. And Zach Overbo will come to the mound, or come to the plate with a runner on.
Keep it that way.
He starts off with an 0-1 count. Overbo does lead the team with RBIs with 23.
Mom, it was Friday.
And the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. So Overbo with 23 RBIs on the season, looking to get his 24th RBI and get the Stone Poneys on the scoreboard here. That pitch is inside, almost hit him. And falling off the mound is Dominski. And the count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes here. So runner on. We haven't seen Dominski pitch from the stretch very much this evening, only the second base runner of the ball game here. I don't even think Dominski has thrown over to first base at all. And he does get another strikeout here. Surprise, surprise, as the 12th strikeout of the ball game. When in doubt, rocket fire. All 12 strikeouts by my count have gone down by swings. And that'll bring Will Krantz to bat, the leadoff batter. Krantz is 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout. As he steps in here in his 3rd at bat versus Dominski. As we've now gone through the order twice for the Stone Poneys. And I think it's been at least 4 times here for the hometown Muskies. And the pitch. And that pitch misses low for a ball. 2-0. Again, only 1 walk tonight thrown by Dominski, and he's only thrown 4 total on the season. So he's always around home plate in one way or another. The pitch. And he took a little bit off of that one and induced a swing and a miss. And I'm sorry, this is number 12 up to bat here. And that would be Jackson Voss. Voss or Vos, Jackson is in the number 1 spot now in the order. And the pitch. And he grounds that one over to second base. Look over at second, not in time, but throws over to first for the out. So didn't even try throwing to second. As Almond made it safely over to second, and quickly now there are 2 outs. As number 9, Dallas Haugen will step to the plate. Batting in place of Teddy Fleming. As we get the change here in our scorebook. And there are 2 down now with a runner in scoring position. First time that the Stone Poneys have had a runner as far as second base. As Haugen looks at strike 1. An 0-1 count and the pitch. That ball's fought off and fouled. That'll touch the net and be a dead ball. So Almond over there in scoring position at second base. 2 down. And an 0-2 count now to the pinch hitter Dallas Haugen. As Dominski looking to get out of this inning here. Again, unscathed without any runs given up. He looks back at second, and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3 as Dominski gets out of a quasi-jam. Gets another strikeout, 2 strikeouts on the inning. And when we return, it will be the bottom half of inning number 6. Thanks for joining us here on Fox9.com. Come back for more baseball action after this.
Fox 9 News at 7 on Fox 9 Plus. The Twin Cities' only local news at 7. Here's where you can find Fox 9 Plus in your area. Thanks for watching Fox 9's Town Ball Tour. Here's where we're headed this summer. Join us July 14th in Minneapolis, only on fox9.com.
On the pitch, Jackson Foss behind the plate.
Be sure to keep an eye on Fox 9 News tonight at 10 for a look at all the fun and festivities from today's Town Ball Tour stop in Sartell. The next Town Ball Tour is on July 14th and will be a doubleheader of Class A teams playing at historic Parade Stadium just west of downtown Minneapolis. Again, you won't want to miss that doubleheader action coming to you in 2 weeks on fox9.com. And here we are still at the 5th stop of the Town Ball Tour. We're in Sartell, Minnesota. And we've got another new pitcher here, number 25. We'll get that name and number for you, as a lot of players are getting involved here in the battle for Sartell. And this will be Tyler Hemish. So Hemish.
The Muskie 6 leading off. The second baseman, Jacob Merrill.
And Hemish will face the second baseman for the Muskies. And he swings at the first pitch and lines that one down the line, but foul. And playing second base and batting right now. I'll get the name here for you. Leading off and playing in place of Andrew Dieters is number 12, Jacob Merrill. Jacob Merrill in off the bench for the Muskies. And he has a 1-1 count. And that ball is fouled off the helmet of the catcher for a 1-ball, 2-strike count. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And the 5th pitcher to come in for the Stone Poneys here, as that ball is grounded way past first base, and the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. So I'd like to thank the good people of Sartell, Minnesota for hosting tonight's action. And Sartell versus Sartell. That ball is grounded over to second base. Up with it and a strong throw to first. Staying on the bag long enough for the out was Lewis, and that will be out number 1.
Coming to plate is the left fielder, Dan O'Connell.
Ground ball to the second baseman. Throw over to first. And 1 down now, as number 18 comes to bat, Dan O'Connell. Dan O'Connell will be playing in place of Ethan Carlson, batting in the number 2 position on the batting order. And he gets his first at bat of the evening. And the count is even now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Our score remains 12-0 in favor of the Muskies. And that pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Hemish, Tyler Hemish, working quickly here in the inning. And the pitch. And there is the strikeout, tagged by the catcher. And that will be the first strikeout recorded by a pitcher for the Stone Poneys this evening, as O'Connell goes down swinging. And count will be 1 ball and no strikes here with 2 down. A ground ball to short. Fielded cleanly, a strong throw over to first for out number 3. So 3 innings in a row here without giving up a run. Defensively are the Stone Poneys. As that was a ground ball from short over to first for out number 3. When we come back, here will be the top half of the 7th inning live in Sartell, Minnesota with the Town Ball Tour when we come back. visit the official website of the Minnesota Baseball Association to learn about this year's state tournaments and get all the latest scores from around the state. mnbaseball.org has all the information you need and links you to all the team pages. Again, that is mnbaseball.org. And we head to the top half of inning number 7. Going the distance so far has been David Dominski. Some information here on the rules of town ball baseball. There is a 10-run mercy rule. If the home team is up by 10 runs after 7 innings of play, then that will be the end of the ball game. And our score right now reads 12-0 in favor of the hometown Muskies. So depending on if there are any runs scored, this could be it for the ball game here. The Stone Poneys want to continue playing, and so they need to score at least 2 runs. That'll be difficult, though, as they've only had 1 base runner reach second base and only had 2 base runners in the entire game offensively. So there was a walk given up and an error for the 2 base runners to reach. Other than that, it's been the strikeout show here by Dave Dominski. And he starts off with a ball. As we are emptying benches here. Number 19, Dylan Dzurek gets his first at bat. And he is batting for Josh Schaefer, the 1-1 count. And looks to bunt, and bunts foul down the third base line. And he gets a glaring look from Dave Dominski. Dominski does not like that. He's still looking over at the batter, as I think they may have exchanged a word or two, and Dzurek has a smile as he now looks at a 1-2 count, trying to get on base, trying to break up the no-hitter. And we'll see what the offering looks like here. From Dominski, strike 3, as the first strikeout looking is recorded by Dominski. And he did not leave anything back on that pitch. He reached back and rocketed and fired that one past Dzurek, and says that's what you get for trying to get on base by bunting here in the 7th inning. There's 1 down now, as Sean Lindsay will remain in the game, the designated hitter. And he will come to bat here with 1 out. We're going to get on base as the Stone Poneys need base runners. Remember, the mercy rule would be 10 runs, so they need to get at least 3 runs here to stay in the ball game and keep playing. As part of our Fox9.com Town Ball Tour stop, we've had the Fox 9 News here all afternoon doing special stories on both teams and the ballpark. I believe the mayor was interviewed. That ball is lined into right field. It's going to be a tough play, but a nice running catch over there by the right fielder, as that had the first base hit of the ball game written all over it, but the right fielder tracked it down and puts it away for out number 2. And the right fielder there acknowledges the crowd with a little wave of the glove. And there are 2 outs now, as Dominski is now best friends with the right fielder after the line out, a nice running catch. And that'll bring Hemish to the plate with 2 outs now. On the 99th pitch of the ball game, that is low for a ball 1. Ball 1 and no strikes now. Again, Dominski has not given up a base hit through 6 2/3. And that pitch is fouled back. Foul tip for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike now. To number 25 for the Stone Poneys. And the 1-1. It's high and inside. And this is Tyler Hemish, so pitcher versus pitcher in this matchup. As one pitcher tries to spoil the outing of the other pitcher. Dominski now with 101 pitches tonight, as he has gone the entire way here. The big left-hander from the windup now, 2-1. And the pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 2, so the Stone Poneys are now down to their final strike, as Dominski looking to slam the door here on the victory. And the pitch. as inside a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm sorry, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top half of inning number 7. The last chance, last strike for the Stone Poneys. And the pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3 with the 104th pitch of the evening. David Dominski gets the strikeout. The final score in today's ball game, ladies and gentlemen, is a final. The hometown Muskies win the ball game 12-0. David Dominski
with a no-hitter. Thanks everybody for coming out.
15 strikeouts and no hits, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Dave Dominski on a no-hitter through 7 innings, and the 10-run mercy rule ends the ball game here. So after 6 1/2 innings, the David Dominski led Muskies of Sartell win the ball game 12-0. We'll be right back here on Fox9.com.
Fox 9's Town Ball Tour is presented by JTR Roofing.
So big congratulations to Dave Dominski for throwing a 7-inning no-hitter. 15 Ks, only 1 walk, 1 error given up, as the hometown Muskies win the game 12-0 here on Fox9.com's Town Ball Tour. It was the battle of the 2 Sartell teams. There was 1 home run hit over the fence by the hometown number 3 batter Tim Burns. Once again with Curtis Jellin on camera, giving us unbelievable camera shots all night long. We'd like to thank Curtis Jellin on camera and our producer Greg Wolfert, doing a heck of a job tonight in the heat and humidity. This is Phil McLaughlin thanking you for tuning in to today's Town Ball baseball action and wishing you a wonderful Wednesday evening and a happy 4th of July weekend to all that are listening to our broadcast. Again, next week, or not next week, in 2 weeks, we will have our next Town Ball stop at the Parade Stadium just west of downtown Minneapolis. We'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight's ball game. Drive home safely. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching Fox 9's Town Ball Tour. Here's where we're headed this summer. Join us July 14th in Minneapolis